Hello everyone, this is David from Catholic Hub, and today is a slightly different video. What you can see here is the little village of Flavigny-sur-Ozerain in France, which I visited today to attend Mass at the Seminary of Saint-Curé d'Ars, which is where I attended seminary with the SSPX for my first year. We went here for Mass in the morning, and then we continued on with our journey towards Ecône, where I and a friend, along with many other people, will be attending the SSPX ordinations and episcopal consecrations. In a minute you'll hear Chris and I talking about the consecrations themselves, but for now please sit back, relax and enjoy a few sounds of Mass on Sunday.
We want sunnies on or no sunnies? Not sure.
It's as you like.
All right.
Hey Chris.
Hey David.
So, where are we now?
We are in the middle of France, somewhere in France. We've just left Flavigny-sur-Ozerain, which is a place very special to both of us.
That's right. So, Chris and I were both, once upon a time, seminarians at the SSPX seminary of Saint-Curé d'Ars, which is in the nearby town of Flavigny-sur-Ozerain. And it's been about, 6-7 years since we've both been there.
Yes.
So we just went to Mass, and we are heading where, Chris?
We're heading from here into Switzerland. So we're going to cut across country to the southeast, and we're heading to, we're heading to the episcopal consecrations that the SSPX are having this coming week on Wednesday. But today we'll be heading up into the mountains where we'll be staying tonight.
That's right. And so for people who have never been to Econe, how would you describe it?
For people who've never been to Econe, gosh, there's many ways to describe Econe, depending upon whether you've been there as a seminarian or just as a visitor. But I would say it's a very special place. Obviously, it's got lots of significance. It's where the original episcopal consecrations took place. It's where Archbishop Marcel Lefebvre is buried, now finally in the crypt of the church. Very special place, I would say. In terms of geography and location, it's in a valley in the canton of Valais, which is southeast of Lake Geneva. So it's a very special place in many ways, not just spiritually. Even the climate is different.
That's right. And it's very hot at the moment. So we've been traveling for a day already and temperatures have already reached 44 degrees. So we'll see if we survive.
44 degrees Celsius.
That's correct.
If you've
for
got
the
American
Americans.
people watching
Yeah,
this.
that's right. So you told me, Chris, I think, that they expect around 15,000 people to be attending.
Is that right?
That's the number that's been bandied about.
Do you think that's accurate? Do you think there will actually be 15,000 people there?
I do, but I'm struggling to understand how they're going to pack 15,000 people into the very small field.
Yeah. For context, the seminary at Econe, I'll put some pictures on screen now, but it is at the bottom of the mountains in this big long valley, which is literally called the Valley in Switzerland, the
in
Valley
French.
in French. And so it's at the base of the mountains, surrounded by vineyards. It's quite picturesque. And the ordinations, and in this case the consecrations, are normally held on this kind of sloping field right in front of the seminary. And so what will happen is the ordinands and the consecrants in this case will come out of the seminary sacristies, and then they will process down the drive of the seminary, and then they will go into the field and into this big tent where there'll be all of these people, the congregation, probably mostly will they have seats for everyone?
No, I'm sure they won't.
There's going to be
in a typical year there might be 3,000 or 4,000 people, and that would be quite a lot at an ordination ceremony. 15,000, I'm sure there won't be seats for the hoi polloi like you and I. I think they will have seats for sort of the elderly and the people who might be disabled, for example. But generally speaking, I think the instructions that have gone out are bring your own chair.
That's it. Yeah.
Have you brought your own chair, David?
I have not. But I will be in the press zone, I assume, hopefully. But for the people watching this who are not, they don't really know much about the SSPX, 15,000 people, that seems like quite a lot going to an event where Rome seems to be saying that certainly the bishops being consecrated, maybe the priests of the SSPX, but even possibly the faithful attending would be subject to excommunication. Now, disclaimer, neither Chris and I are theologians. We're not members of the SSPX. We're just two blokes on a bit of a jolly.
My wife might be watching this. This is a very hard and arduous pilgrimage.
Yes, we're on a spiritual pilgrimage.
Journey.
A journey.
A spiritual journey.
We are going on an experience to. Anyway, we are not professionals. We are just attending. What would you say to the people who are surprised that so many people would attend this event where they could be excommunicated?
Well, I think there's two sides to that, isn't there? There's the threat of excommunication on the one hand, and then there's the number of people attending. So number of people attending, for me, that doesn't surprise me given the scope of the SSPX's activities globally. It is the largest traditional Catholic organisation in the world. It's got the most amount of priests in the world. When you think of it from traditional Catholic numbers, if you look at all of the ex-Ecclesia Dei communities, probably even combined together, their clerics probably don't equate to the number that the SSPX has.
That's true.
You can put an asterisk on the screen if I've got that wrong.
We can pull up the numbers. We'll fact check Chris in a second.
You can fact check me. I get fact checked every day. So that's that. If we just focus on the numbers side, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Like 15,000 people for an event of this weight doesn't surprise me. I think they had about that number back in '88 when they did the previous consecrations.
Probably.
But the threat of excommunication, well, firstly, nothing has been done or said on that front. So, we continue as normal. So there's no reason really to jump and worry about what may or may not happen. Like our role as faithful Catholics, and those Catholics faithful to tradition, those of us who agree with the SSPX's position that there is a state of necessity in the church, we put our trust in our spiritual guides, in our priests, and in those who have waited and who appear to me to have taken the very reasonable steps over the past few years to try and to heal the division that's there. I don't think that really will dissuade people as a potential threat. Under Pope Francis, extraordinarily, there were more and more doors that were opened, if you like, to the SSPX. So, the faculties that were granted, your local priests and diocesan priests and bishops would have less of an argument to say no to an SSPX priest who maybe wanted to do a wedding, for example.
Yeah.
Because the Pope himself had granted faculties.
Just on a more light-hearted note, are you enjoying yourself on this trip that we're on so far?
As I said, there might be certain members of my family watching, so I'm very much enjoying myself, but not too much.
Good.
No, I am. I'm enjoying it. It's a really beautiful trip that we're having through the French countryside at the moment. We've had no problems on the way.
We almost got hit by lightning.
We did.
We've incurred serious danger.
Yeah, actually, you're right. This morning we left our accommodation and we were heading to Mass, and suddenly the skies blackened, and there was sheet lightning, and then forked lightning right ahead of us on the road. But no, that was quite scary. Actually,
that was quite.
I've
insane.
never seen, the last time I saw lightning that stark was when I lived in Australia a number of years ago, and it lit up the sky at night. So we were during the day, but it was pretty ominous. And it reminded me, I think I mentioned this to you, of that moment a few years back when there was a picture of lightning striking the dome of St. Peter's.
Yes, prophetic, some might say. And so how long have we got left to go?
Well, until we arrive, if we were to just drive without stopping, which as Hobbit-like Englishmen, we would never do this, right? We were always going to stop off for a little pint and maybe a bite to eat and the Levensies and all the rest of it.
Right.
But if we were not to do any of that and we were just to hit the road and drive, it's exactly 4 hours between here and where we're staying in Switzerland this evening. In reality, it'll probably take us about 6.
Yeah. And then in terms of logistics, do you foresee it, being difficult, getting on site, getting in place? Because you said that there's all these parking restrictions. There's going to be high security at Ecône. This is very funny because Chris and I have both been to the previous year's ordinations, and it's normally super relaxed. Yeah. You can literally just kind of...
Anybody can walk in.
Anybody can just kind of walk in. There's no... I mean, it's a very kind of... It's almost like a familial thing where like you know lots of other people that are going, and it's a really nice kind of time to obviously witness all the ordinations, and catch up with friends, meet priests that you've not seen in a while. But this time I feel like it's a really kind of high stakes, high security. It's going to be a lot of unknown people coming. Who knows? It's going to be...
Yeah, I do. So in terms of logistics, I've been involved in an element of organisation for a group that are coming from the UK and Ireland. And yes, you have to have registered to be attending the ordinations. Digital registrations, that's caused some controversy for some.
And it's cashless, right?
Cashless. So, and that's obviously...
I guess to discourage pickpockets.
To discourage pickpockets potentially, but also... just to facilitate the number. Right? They've got so many people attending that it's probably, and they had to plan it at quite short notice, right? So yes, there'll be security. I think they will be collaborating with the local authorities and probably the Swiss military as well. And yes, it'll be a lockdown site, so you can't get in unless you've registered and you have a wristband and you're approved. There'll be a number of different car parks. There'll be shuttles running between the car parks and the station.
It's well organised.
It's very well organised, yeah. Like I attended the SSPX pilgrimage to Rome last year, and it was equally well organised.
Okay.
And I think they used the same people this year, I'm sure.
Probably.
In collaboration with people who live and work locally, I imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been in the planning since they announced the consecrations, of course. But to answer your original point and question, yes, it's highly organised. It's going to be a logistical mammoth task to execute, and it is across 4 days, right? So it's not just the consecrations that are happening this week.
Yes, it's so 29th there's the ordinations, then the 30th is the first masses of the new priests. Then on the 1st is the consecrations, episcopal consecrations, and then the day after that there will be the pontifical mass of, I think it will be the then Bishop Pascal Schreiber. And actually, I wanted to ask you this as well, Chris. Do you personally know any of the priests being consecrated?
I don't personally know them. I've crossed paths with one of them who was posted to the UK for a time during his priesthood, but I wouldn't say that.
Is that Father Hanapieu?
Yes. Mark Hanapieu.
How would you describe him?
To be honest, I don't really know him, so I wouldn't venture to say like what my opinion is or how I would describe him, because I've probably attended Mass and that's about it.
Yeah, that's fair. On a general note, I think it's fair to say that these candidates that the SSPX has picked are no doubt, very solid priests, men of with very good spiritual lives. Perhaps not kind of deep theologians. I think.
I don't know. I've never had a theological discussion with any of them.
Well, again, neither have I, but I've heard that the SSPX doesn't necessarily choose their most learned men to be bishops, because the bishops are actually meant to be kind of men of action, kind of traveling to different
if that is true, that would make sense, because
giving the sacraments.
They're on the road an awful lot of the time, and
they need to be robust.
Yeah.
Whereas the society also has seminaries. They form priests as one of their primary works, and so they actually do need those learned theologians and professors to actually man their seminaries and also.
And probably engage in discussions with Rome from time to time.
I don't know how soon they're going to look at consecrating more bishops again in future, but hopefully these ones will last us a good long time. And,
well, maybe another 50 years. Who knows?
Who knows? I mean,
is it? It's not quite 50 years, is it? It's been 88, so actually about 37 years thereabouts. 36, 37 years. I know that because I was born in 88.
No, it'll be 40. No, 88. Oh yeah, right. You're right. Sorry, my maths is terrible. It's a hot day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Chris. Any thoughts before we hit the road again?
No, not really, David. I think, it's going to be an incredible event. I don't know whether you're publishing this before or after, but if it's beforehand, pray for us and pray, more importantly, for these candidates for future bishops, and pray for the Society of St. Pius X, because without the work that they do and without the decisions that they have made previously on the first episcopal consecrations and now these ones, everybody else in the world of tradition would not be able to operate. And I think that's an important point, right?
Yeah.
That had it not been for the step that Archbishop Lefebvre took back in '88, I'm almost positive that there wouldn't be a traditional mass in the world today. There wouldn't be a traditional movement.
There would not be a traditional movement. The other traditional communities like the Fraternity of St. Peter, the Institute of Christ the King, they kind of all exist within the shadow of the SSPX, and they wouldn't really have an argument for their existence if the SSPX didn't exist either. So
yeah, I wouldn't say they live in the shadow, but I'd more say, thanks to what the SSPX has done, I think these organisations are able to do what they do.
Yeah,
and I don't venture to give an opinion on that, but I think that's pretty clear, and I think many of them would admit that themselves too. And we're friends, we've got friends on both sides.
Oh, 100%, yeah. I mean, I know people from even diocesan Catholics
absolutely
have said like Archbishop Lefebvre was, a brave man, a courageous man, and stood up for Catholic tradition.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Chris. And,
pleasure, David.
I'm sure we'll have another one of these chats very soon.
Brilliant.
And we'll keep you all updated on the SSPX consecrations and our activities. But yeah, thanks, Chris.
All right, let's hit the road.
Yeah, let's do it. Right.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for watching this video. I will be doing a bunch of these covering the ordinations, first masses, and of course the episcopal consecrations happening soon at Econe. I will also be doing hopefully a little bit of live coverage, so please do keep an eye out for that. Please do make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and give this video a thumbs up if you can. I really appreciate it. Thanks everyone, and God bless.